So, yeah, this is Umineko Tsubasa. Bunch of little extra stories from after, or during Umineko. Um, um, and, we're on story 4, I think. Which was about, this one was about, Jessica giving Natsuhi a carnation on Mother's Day that was given to her by the love demons, which transferred her headache and stuff onto Jessica. And now I think we're looking into the past of Natsuhi, of when she made a deal with the devil or something. Hello. Welcome. I might not be entirely here today because didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Couple of reasons. What did I explain today? Yeah, my family, we had to get, we got a game that we're playing on Mondays because that's when we're all able to at the time. It was a cutoff point and I couldn't tell. You're supposed to say things, man. But, yeah, we played that game for a bit. But then I couldn't get to sleep, and I had a pack rat at my door at like 11 at night, which was a novel experience, but it was a pack rat, so I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. Anyway, we'll get into it. So I'm probably gonna try and pass out after this stream, get some more sleep. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get to it. There was the figure of Natsuhi, embracing the newborn Jessica. This was the scene where the contract was made. What a darling daughter. She definitely looks just like you, and she'll grow up to be a beautiful girl. No, it's fine. You guys have lives to live. Don't worry about it. Wouldn't that be nice? But because I get headaches, I worry that she will inherit them. While cuddling the baby Jessica, Kraus and Natsuhi pleaded. Oh, please, God. Please bless our very own daughter that you finally granted us. I'm sure that she will also suffer from headaches, won't she? No, just like me, from the very core she'll be wrapped in trouble, and the stars of misfortune will take a liking to her. Please grant this child a healthy, beautiful fate. I will take all of Jessica's headaches and misfortune upon myself. Perhaps, even in Natsuhi's blood, she was communicating with a noble person who transcended humanity. Natsuhi's wish, before she'd even realized it, seemed to have become a contract with a higher power. So from that day forward, Natsuhi's headaches became the headaches of two people. Jessica's Mother's Day present. Presento. Yeah. Umineko no Nakakoro ni Tsubasa. Oh yeah, I did do it right at the end, though. Oh. Apparently I have a habit of doing that for whatever reason. When's the next one? Jessica and the love charm. Oh, Mother's Day love charm. Jessica can't make up so easily with her friend after an argument. She asks Zippar and Furfur for help. Is calling these two such a good idea? No. Jessica and the love charm. Our hearts are magnanimous. Even if the magic summoning circle that's called us so often is a bit different this time, we don't mind. Love's power is great. Hey, who would have thought I'd be bothering you two again? Jessica had once again used Kinzo's grimoire to summon those two demons. Magic to make amends with a friend you've quarreled with? Is that friend a boy or a girl? If it's a girl, so what? Ah, splendid, wonderful. The forbidden love between maidens. Even if it isn't normal love. As long as the two lovers believe it is true. We'll definitely be cheering for you. No, it's not like that, really. Oh, are they just regular friends? Is it friendship? That would be far too boring. It's a bit outside of our expertise, isn't it? But if we're making her love bear fruit, it's important to add someone to support her. That's right. Her love is for a servant, Ken and Kun's forbidden love. Adding a supporter is the first step towards great romance. No, Saki and Ken and Kun have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Asking those two suspicious demons for help again really wasn't a great idea, was it? No. Jessica could only scratch her head, and the demons began to grow bored. I have no choice. Jessica decided to try to negotiate with the demons. A few days ago, at the Shinma school, Jessica had quarreled with her friend Saki over something trivial. It was only a tiny difference in opinion, a truly meaningless fight. If both sides had only made concessions, then everything could have been laughed off. But the chance to apologize had passed, and the awkward atmosphere between the two had already lasted a week. Jessica and Saki each believed that she had been right, and thus neither planned on apologizing. But each thought that if the other apologized, she would forgive her. At this rate, the two would never reconcile. Just as she was agonizing over whether there was a chance to make up, she remembered the creepy grimoire Ginzo kept in his library. If it's that mystical two-demon team surrounded by the grimoire, maybe they can give me some useful magic. Just like that time with the Mother's Day gift. As the first step towards reaching the love between you and Ken and Kun, although it's something really easy. The first step is the greatest strategy of love, must be bold yet cautious. We shall bestow upon you the ultimate reconciliation magic. Besides making Saki reconcile with you, she'll also become a dependable companion, someone who will greatly support your love. From a magical fourth-dimensional pocket, the two demons elegantly took out one suspicious, probably cursed, prop after another, and arranged them before her. No, I don't need those things. Anyway, picking up the normal way is fine. No way. We're two of the 72 great demons. You called us, so if we only help you and your friends reconcile, it'll be too boring. So I really was dumb to ask demons for help. Kinda. This summoning doesn't count. Good work, you two. You can go back now. That can't be done. We, Zipar and Furfur, have been summoned. Being dismissed without fulfilling your wish would be inexcusable. Since we've been summoned, we absolutely must grant your wish. I appreciate the thought. I get the feeling this topic's going somewhere strange. It looks like the master who summoned us was really hoping for a charm. That's what I've been thinking from the beginning. Anyway, just a little charm is enough. Or you can just tell me the spell. Our vast magical power can't be transformed into weak magic. In that case, I guess we have to tell you the spell. We'll lend you the spell's grimoire. How about that? The spell's grimoire? This grimoire is really great. It's perfect for beginners, with all kinds of simple magic recorded inside. Even though the effects of the magic are small, since it's simple, anyone can use it. That book has magic that can make friends reconcile? Of course. Other kinds include magic that can make a friend stub their toe on a wardrobe, magic that's guaranteed to anger the teacher when a friend dozes off, all kinds of magic. That's okay. I just need reconciling magic. Magic to make up with a friend, it's on this page. Oh, if it's like this kind of magic, even I can do it. It's like the spells in girls' magazines. Of course. That's because the spells in girls' magazines were all copied from us demons' grimoires. Oh, is that so? I didn't know. So I shouldn't make fun of girls' magazines. Huh. Next time I'll read more carefully, although can someone without magic experience like me even use spells? No problem, because the most important part of magic is believing. The power of belief has magic, and this grimoire was written to help beginners take their first steps in the world of magic. As long as you put in effort, it can work for anybody. I get it. I'll try. Thanks, you two. Bye-bye, and good luck. We'll be praying for you and hoping the reconciliation with your friend goes smoothly. When the demons disappeared, they left behind a grimoire. Even though this feels kind of sketchy, it might be worth a shot. A spell to reconcile with a friend. Let me see. Take your socks and... Huh? What the heck is this? A spell to reconcile with a friend. First, concentrate on imagining the person you want to reconcile with. Then take your socks and wear them inside out. Then take some candy you often eat and sneakily give it to that person. You must not let anyone else know about this. It is a secret between you two. In this way, the magic's power will attract the two people to each other again, repairing their friendship that was growing distant. Sure, I can do it, but what the heck is this? Although spells are like that, as soon as you doubt them, they'll fail. Just now, the demons told me that the power of my belief will turn into magical power. If I can make up with sake this way, that's easy. Tomorrow, I'll try it right away. The next day at school. Saki, could you come over here for a second? What is it? The candy has to be sneakily given to the person without anyone noticing. I'll call Saki over to the corner of the hallway without anyone else seeing, and then stealthily... What's this? But it's candy. For you. Don't think too much about it, just take it. Is that so? Thank you. Like I said in the grimoire, wear your socks inside out. And I secretly gave the candy to her. So the spell's effects... That's right, Jesse. About before. Sorry. That was a bit too harsh. It's Sasaki. What are you talking about? I was the one asking to start a fight. I should be apologizing. The results really were instantaneous. Saki brought up making up with me herself. The rest is simple. Right, silly fanfic into his own words himself, huh? I consider this, gives off the vibe of those silly inconsequential stories at the end of manga. Like a page or two of just doodles with random little skits. This has the same vibe, I feel. The rest is simple. Both parties want to reconcile. The friendship will recover very soon. And thank you for the candy. It looks really yummy. I brought lots of candy, so let's share it. Yay! Wait. Now that I'm looking closer at your socks, aren't they backwards? Connection seems stable on my end. Because I left in such a hurry, I didn't notice. Hey, Jesse, you're really something else. Everything went smoothly. Good. As expected, the grimoire borrowed from the demons seemed to be the real thing. Speaking of which, there were a lot of other spells in that book. I wonder what kind of effects they have. I want to try out the other spells. Oh no. Hey, there's all kinds of spells here. That night, Jessica was still sprawled on the bed, flipping through the pages of the grimoire, finding a number of spells that interested her. And then, on a certain page, Jessica's finger stopped. Huh? Magic to make you dream of the person you like? That's magic every young girl's interested in. Girls Jessica's age. Not one would be disinterested in this kind of magic. Sorry, man. Refresh the page. Try turning it off and back on again. Smack it with a hammer. How wonderful it would be if you could control your dreams. And what's more, dream of the person you like. That really is the best possible thing. Oh, there you go, see? Problem solved. This this kind of simple spell, can it really make Kanekun appear in my dreams? Never mind. Let's assume I've been tricked and try it out. Let me see. Take some rose petals and wrap them in a handkerchief you often use. Let it absorb some moonlight, then put it under your pillow. And then take this and put it in the pillow and think of Kanekun while burrowing into the covers. Looking at it, it seemed ridiculous. But thanks to that spell, I was able to make up with Saki. It wasn't a coincidence, but rather the spell's power. This time will definitely work too. Alright, bring it, Kanekun. Come to my dreams. After announcing her resolve, she turned off the lights and went straight to sleep. So, will Kanekun appear in Jessica's dreams? Chirp, chirp. A sparrow's calls woke Jessica. Huh? A dream? Jessica hugged her pillow in a daze, momentarily unable to distinguish dreams from reality. What a powerful spell. Jessica, whose face was bright red, buried her face in the blankets in embarrassment. She had had a wonderful dream, so wonderful that she hadn't wanted to wake up. She and Kanekun had shared red tea that Shannon prepared and cookies that Kumasawa-san baked, and chatted about music they liked, as well as about life at school. Even though it was that kind of dream, Kanekun had smiled and followed along with the subjects Jessica discussed elatedly. Even though that was all the dream was, it really was wonderful and had made her extremely happy. Head buried under the blanket, Jessica recalled that happy dream and smiled bashfully. Speaking of which, that grimoire was super powerful. That's obvious. After all, it's the book we lent to you. A heart in love has magical power. You're already a remarkable witch of love. What? When did you get here? She should have been talking to herself, but when she snapped out of it, she noticed that Par and Furfur were already there. No, you've got it wrong. This is, I saw a spell that looked interesting. No, without realizing we have no intention of blaming you, because a young girl in love had a good dream. We are demons who oversee love. Even though fixing relationships is boring, if it's about dreaming about a lover, and that kind of bittersweet wish, we welcome it. Sorry about that. Thanks for your grimoire. It helped me out a lot. Not only did it allow me to make up with Saki, but this morning I also had a great dream. Oh, is that all? Is that enough spells already? If you say it like that, actually I want to use it one last time. What kind of spell is it then? A girl invites a boy she loves from the shadows to her dreams. What will be your next wish? No, it's that, of course. I know, Jessica-chan. It seems the demons had long foreseen this development. We'll leave the grimoire with you for safekeeping then. No matter if it's us or the grimoire, if it's used by a girl in love, the magic will be even more powerful. This time we hope that the person Jessica likes will have a good dream. As expected, they saw through me completely. Jessica found the spell she wanted to try for the last time. That was... Ah, found it. It's this. A spell to make the opposite party dream of you. That's right. This was the spell that did the complete opposite of the spell from last night. Rather than causing the opposite party to appear in your dreams, it made you appear in theirs. Even if it's the completely wooden Kanekun, if he dreams about me, it's impossible he wouldn't feel something, right? You might even say, could this be love? If it's for this kind of purpose, Separ and Furfur should be satisfied. And let's start right away. A spell to make the opposite party dream of you. Let me see. Drop 3 drops of water on the pillow, chant the spell, then jump up and down on the spot 3 times. Then he should dream of you. That's a ridiculous one. The person you have a secret crush on will also develop feelings for you. That's strangely simple. like this, Ken-kun will dream of me. Jessica laughed like an idiot. It'll definitely work. I'll go see Ken-kun first thing tomorrow. Morning, Ken-kun. My lady, good morning. You're up quite early today. Not really. I get up early once in a while. But anyway, Ken-kun, yesterday night, did you dream about anything? By Ken-kun's personality, it's not likely he'll tell me straight up front that he dreamed about me. If he blushes a little, looks aside and says, Not really. I'll be really happy. I didn't dream of anything in particular. Nothing in particular? Are you sure? You should definitely have dreamt about something. Remembering. Really remembering. If I really had to say, it would be a gray landscape. Like television static. That was all I dreamed of. What is it? Huh? That's weird. I followed the spell's instructions to the letter. Why? All the spells up until now succeeded, so why is this one different? They had to be this spell too. I was really looking forward to the results. What a shame. Well, lady, may I ask what's wrong? It's nothing. Nothing at all. Was it because I didn't believe strongly enough? No way. My heart is filled with nothing but Ken-kun. Did the power of belief not transform into magical power? Magic like that doesn't go well. What is the magic of love? What a shame. I'm gonna go complain to those demons. Hey, Jessica. How did it go? Did you appear in Ken-kun's dreams? The power of your love is very strong. It can definitely make Ken-kun have a good dream. It wasn't enough. It didn't go like you said at all. This grimoire couldn't be defective, could it? Ugh, so annoying. No effect? Impossible. The two demons were stunned. Seeing them so shocked, Jessica felt really unsatisfied. Yeah, that's right. The spell didn't work. Ken-kun didn't dream about me at all. He said he only dreamed about stuff like TV static. Is that kind of thing even possible? It's not? I'm thinking you must have followed the spell's instructions wrong. It's not possible. I messed up. It's not possible I messed up. When I used the spell, I followed the instructions completely. Drop 3 drops of water on the pillow, chant the spell, then jump up and down on the spot 3 times. Look, the spell is just what the witch in the illustration is chanting. Orisot, Orisot. Who is Toshiro? Huh? Why are you asking that all of a sudden? I was just about to ask you. Who the heck is Toshiro? Huh? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere. Haha, I know why the spell went wrong. Jessica, it looks like you're not in the habit of reading instruction manuals. That's because I don't like reading lots of words. What? Did I mess up somewhere? That. The spell that the witch in the picture is chanting. It's just an example. It's written really clearly here. Take the name of the person you like and say it backwards. Huh? And take the name of the person you like and say it backwards? It wasn't chanting Orisat, Orisat? That's what I was saying. Orisat is an example of the name of the person you like is Toshiro. For you, Jessica, it would be Nonak. Nonak, right? It's a bit difficult backwards, huh? What? So that's how it was? I've been tricked. You weren't tricked. You weren't tricked. Jessica was very disappointed. Do you want to try again? Hearing the two of them ask, Jessica shook her head. I want to use my own power, not a spell to make myself appear in Ken-kun's dreams. Instead of Ken-kun starting to like me because of a dream, I'd rather him dream of me because he likes me. That would make me happier. You can't take shortcuts in romance. I need to try my best. Even though you just denied our very reason to exist without blinking. Jessica, it looks like you're full of determination. We'll be cheering for you. And so the two demons disappeared. Jessica, good luck. Hopefully you'll be able to quickly seize Kanin-kun's heart and make yourself appear in his dreams. Fifth place in the popularity poll among 50 plus characters. Yeah, well, Kanin is... he's a memorable one. And he's also, like, doesn't quite fit. He's odd. But yeah. Oh god. At that moment, in the kitchen, Toshiro Goto was in the midst of being perplexed. Last night's dream. What in the world was that? Somehow, he dreamed of the young lady having her way with him. And what's more, it was a dream about the two of them talking about themselves, going to the southern islands together for a vacation. Oh god. Goto-san, can I call you Toshiro-san? No, you mustn't, my lady. I'm a servant. That kind of relationship is far too unpalatable. My lady, please don't grab my hand. My lady's full breasts are like exquisite cantaloupes. No. Well, that's... Goto was still single. Although he'd already decided to walk the harsh path of fine cuisine, perhaps even he had days where he could be seduced by womanly charm. Dizzied by the forbidden love between master and servant, today he decided to stay on the path of cuisine. That night the dessert was cantaloupe, to Jessica's delight, although she probably had no idea it was because of her spell. Umineko no Nakakoto ni Tsubasa. One of the things about popularity polls, though, is I'd be curious. It'd be a hell of a lot more work, but having your favorite character and then your second favorite character, and I'd be honestly more interested in the second favorite character bit, because everyone always has the favorite main character guy, but then the second one could sometimes be a lot more interesting. Yeah, I really do love Valor, but Nanjo, he's kind of an interesting guy. Not my favorite, but I really like him, type of thing. They could really mix it up just because of that secondary favorite bit. And I'm often curious about that, but it'd be a lot more work than most people would be willing to go through. Memoirs of the Triangles. The Illuminati. Lambda Delta is known as the Witch of Certainty. It seems the number of humans wanting her to grant wishes is endless. In gratitude to the letter of the other day, with suitable fragments too. Memoirs of the Illuminati. Boredom is poison for us. So, by caprice, I happen to grant desires of the humans. I will grant you one wish. Ah, that really sounds bittersweet. With these words alone, I'd certainly be able to have my black tea very, very sweet, even without putting any sugar in it, for 7 years. Even the humans who receive those words from me should enjoy that much of bittersweetness, though. Of course, I enjoy it too. What kind of wish will they tell me? After all, it may be an unexpected chance, that I did not assume, to meet a new brethren we still had not come across. Naturally, my expectations always end up being betrayed, unfortunately. That girl said that expectations are the same as tea leaves. Without it, you can't make black tea. It's just hot water. That's why, in any kind of world, it's necessarily a proper quantity of expectations, hopes, and dreams. Lambda Delta. Alright, that would be it. Alright, isn't Lambda the Half-Life logo? Alright, Lambda Delta. An example fit for her. And if there are too many tea leaves, it won't become something you could drink at all. Perhaps it won't be any more drinkable than just hot water, without any tea leaves inside. That's why I'll use a proper quantity, the amount she taught me. Well, a little bit less than that. I can't drink a black tea that is too bitter. I'll try mixing just a bit of tea leaves. Can I really wish for anything? Isn't there anything underneath this? I'm sick and tired of such boring doubts. That's why I secretly turn an hourglass upside down. If the dull human can't think of one wish in 5 minutes, I won't be able to make a significant black tea out of him anyway. So if the hourglass runs out, it's time out. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. And the most numerous among the annoying wishes that came up are these. I want you to increase the number of wishes you'll grant. It's their creativity to increase the finite of just one to infinite. Could it be that the frivolous humans feel a creator-like depth and a sense of superiority in that? However, my impression is exactly the opposite. A wish to grant anything. With just one, it means a miracle that allows you to easily create a universe. I'll state it more clearly. A wish to grant anything. It doesn't need to be something you can count as 1 or 2. So when they count it in numbers, the miracle that human imagines is nothing but something of that scale. That's a typo. What kind of boring things they will wish with their wishes increased to 100. Such worthless humans probably do not deserve my attention. This is the same as black tea. If you make 100 cups of black tea from the same small teapot, it's obvious it will become more and more diluted and unappetizing. So, if they ask such boring wishes, I just declare, yeah, I'll grant it to you. See ya. And disappear. They should just keep on thinking about the countless amount of wishes for the rest of their lives, and die without even granting any one of them. Ah, idiots. After that, the next typical wish is, I want a lot of money. Needless to say, this is also a boring answer. Is this money such a wonderful thing? Do they think a traveler in a desert, tormented by hunger and dryness, would leap in joy because of a mountain of wads of cash, when he can't even drink or eat the bills? It's a narrow freedom that can only be obtained within the range of the rules called the currency system. The narrow-mindedness to desire something like that. It disappoints me. Does a 25-cent coin go in a vending machine in Japan? Can a 100-yen coin be used at a street stall in Africa? Would you, who grieve and moan for the loved one who was killed, forget completely about it if you got a lot of money? As Maria, I think it's a natural choice. It would be, yes. The master and the apprentice. I want love. I want happiness. These are everyone's wishes that disappoint me. After all, if I just tell them the words, don't worry, you are happy. You are loved. It'll be granted. It's stupid. Both love and happiness are the same as the air. Even though it fills the world, if you don't understand it, it's the same as if it doesn't exist. So, people who desire something obvious like that disappoint me as well. And then, if you allow me to say more, both love and happiness are as extremely varied in shape as the number of people. The general terms for those things of an unspecified number, large number of, is love and happiness. Such boring humans, incapable to explain their love and happiness without using abstract words like that. No matter how many decades they live, they will never be able to find true love and happiness. Idiots. I want a power that doesn't lose to anyone. I thought it to be a bit interesting wish, but the term anyone is a bit in excess here. The will to win over someone, in short, can't keep itself without the existence of someone to be the opposition. Humans at such level will end up losing the willpower to keep on living once they defeated that someone. Even though I can present them with wishes to create even a universe, or even to send the universe back to naught, why can't their ideas leap out from inside the narrow limits called human society? That's why they are humans, huh? Meaning they are not witches, huh? Among boring humans, I like those. I met a little girl I thought to have a bit of knack. Why is Maria not second in the popularity poll? Because the popularity poll is run by goats, and the goats don't believe in fantasy. And that would be why. After being motionlessly troubled, she told me this. Please, give me a guarantee that my efforts will definitely come true. Huh? What is it? Even though I tell you I'll grant your wish, you say you'll grant it yourself? A guarantee for that? I don't get the meaning of this. Once in a while, there are humans who propose strange things, not even them understand the meaning, feigning to be philosophical. Certainly, this little girl is also that kind of kid, I thought. My endeavors are not limited by any sort of number. By the way she asked me, it is just like saying, please, increase the number of wishes to be granted to infinite. But the depths of her eyes look like it's a bit different from that of the humans who have been asking that. Even though the hourglass ran out, I decided to give a try and listen to her story a bit more. If you wish to me, I'll grant you anything at once, without any endeavor. That's what I'm saying to you. Well, just one thing, though, right? I'm telling you, my wish is not something that can be counted as 1 or 2 wishes. You mean the number of dreams you want to come true is of a very large number? What a greedy girl. That's not it. The point I must arrive to is just one. But I guess the path to reach that place is complicated and pass through many difficult parts. I'm sure they are countless. But I think I'm able to aim at that only one arrival point, without merely mistakes, and definitely arrive there. Definitely arrive. That is not a wish anymore. If I were to say it with human words, it'd be determination. If I were to say it with witch words, it'd be fate. Speaking about a wish that will definitely come true is not called determination. That is already called predestination. To bring forth fate is not for the category of the humans. At that time, I unmistakably saw the radiance of a brethren of mine deep into the eyes of the little girl. The wish she desired was just one. The wish she definitely grant, the predestination. I want you to make me believe in it. Interesting, I thought. I guess I can grant that for her, I thought. But before that, I decided to make sure of that once more. I wanted to know the final goal of her predestination, that she boasts that she'll definitely grant herself. In the end, she may not leave the level of humans. She may be a boring person. I definitely had conviction that she'd live up to my expectations. Tell me, what is your true wish? What is your predestination you say you'll definitely grant? I will become a god. With those simple words, my heart was settled. I granted her wish. I gave her the guarantee that her endeavors would definitely come true. The determination she spoke of, to me, was already fate. And the guarantee I gave to her, too, was fate. That's why all the tales she will draw from now on will be fate. Well, her fate also has a weak point. Since her own endeavors are at the roots of it all, if they shake, so will her fate. Besides, I gave the guarantee that her endeavors would definitely come true, but I did not give the guarantee for how much endeavor she'd need for it to come true. So I guess it means eternity could not be brought forth in her. I guess it'd be correct to say that, as long as she doesn't lose heart, it'll be eternal. Well, anyway, if she could have honestly wished, please turn me into a god, she'd have gotten a perfect score from me, though. Well, even if I turn a human into a god all of a sudden, their minds would just end up dispersing. Maybe it's also necessary for them to gradually accustom their bodies to the atmospheric pressure of the almighty world, while treading on these steps called endeavors. Maybe our world is just like going down an infinite ladder that leads to the bottomless depths. You can go down fearfully and cowardly. You can also go down in a hurry, nervously wondering until where will you reach in the depths. However, if you miss your footing, you'll fall forever towards the bottomless hell. In that sense, certainly she was prudent. But, well, I won't deny that she disappointed me a bit with her excess of prudence, because I wanted her to hurry and come down until the depths I was in. That little girl tried hard, I think, but maybe I also overestimated her a bit in some aspects. But even so, it's all right, because she created a new witch and sent her to me. And then, for a long time, I drifted through countless worlds. Oh, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Sometimes, upon finding a seemingly interesting human, I threw at them the same question. But never again would I come across a human capable of asking a wish that surpassed that girl. That's right. Until I happened to meet that child. Please, turn me into a witch. That girl was Burncastle? My first impression was actually Aurora. Oddly enough, but... Please, turn me into a witch. Note. Strictly speaking, even if it's a male, you can still call him a witch. Therefore, you can't conclude that the gender of this person is female by means of the speech, I want to become a witch. That's quite a straight ball, huh? That's right. I was longing for those words, but I decided to urge more without rushing. Into a witch. Do you want to fly through the sky straddling a broom? Or could it be that you want to try to multiply a biscuit inside your pocket, too? It's obvious that a witch can do things like that. Becoming a witch, I'll bring forth all the things I wish. People, hearts, everything. And now there's nothing I can't do, because I am already a witch. I remember that the eyes of that kid had a radiance similar to the radiance of that little girl I used to wear. I felt an aroma of sweet tea leaves that worked as a spice, and that I could not come across many times over 1,000 years. That's right. It's just like that little girl. She will grant everything on her own. She will create. She will accomplish. They were strong eyes that had predestination in it. And what made even that little girl say it was an arrival point? This kid boldly spoke that she had already arrived there. This kid caught my interest. You babbled it, right? That you are already a witch, huh? Can you assert that you are a being that can stand side by side with me, the witch of certainty who possesses the title of lady? Know your place, you stunted and insignificant human. Yes, I am already a witch. There's only one thing I seek. That is exactly the same wish as that little girl. You're really a burly witch. I see. As long as you have a title that says you are that, nobody will be able to deny you are a witch, huh? But tell me, a god and creator are still a god and creator, even without anyone recognizing them, you know? And it should be the same for witches. Even if nobody recognizes you, if you are a witch, you should still be a witch, even if I don't recognize you. Am I correct? Yes. I understand that I have started to transcend the human territory. From my view, I can declare that I am in the highest position among all humans. However, I need the view from a being who is in an even higher position than mine, passing sentence that the position I am in now transcends the human level. It's possible for a human to acknowledge that one transcended the human level, but only a witch can acknowledge whether you reach the witch level. Is that what you mean? Yes. I am aware that I transcend the human world and reach the world of the witches. I'd like you to recognize that I reach that from the standpoint of a witch. You mean that a witch needs the recommendation from a witch to become a witch? Interesting, but then I wonder who recognized the very first witch in the world. The human beings probably called witch the being that transcended their own level and gave her that name. Then even if I do not recognize you, it means you are already a witch? Yes, that's why I am already a witch. For that very reason, what I wish is that I want to be recognized as a witch by a being who is in a higher position than mine. I feel like I'm being deceived with tortuous sophisms. What if I say no? You don't need to recognize me against your will, because in that case, I'll just make you recognize me as well. Not even you will be able to deny that I am a witch. An aroma of sweet black tea that transcends by far that little girl. That is just like the chirp of a little bird in a day of spring. After a very, very long trip, I realized that I had happened to meet a witch with a backbone I didn't see for a long time. And then I plunged into the composition formula of her compendium of magic, and through peculiar explanations only she could give, I realized that huge compendium of magic had been created, one I could not realize until then. Certainly, this kid is still clumsy. Her magical world is still halfway of its formation. However, the composition formula to reach that formation is endowed with flawless and infinite possibilities. Probably it will still take a long time for her to be able to deal with that infinite, but there was no room to doubt that she had already opened that door and was reaching the other side. Oh, I've never read any of it either. And it is. And above anything else, the idiosyncrasies of this witch succeeded in constituting that compendium of magic in the human world. The more a witch seeks freedom and power, the more she is freed from all restrictions proportionally. In other words, they will be steadily drifting towards a distant place, away from the human world, the material world, like me and the other witches of the same rank do. However, this witch accomplished that in the human world. That is, with a human body, yet was able to set foot in our world. No, far from that. Her composition formula is too deep. It's as though she'd fly down the depths into opening a parasol and using it as a parachute. The depths that have been coming down over 1,000 years, step by step, through the ladder of the profound water well, and quickly. Naturally, there's the danger that the parasol might break and she might fall to hell just like that. Because of that recklessness, of the impulsiveness of youth, the despise for the likes of humans, and with the interest for how far this witch would reach, I started to throw light on a world yet unknown to me, and felt honored to have a black tea I never tasted smell sweet. This is my pet view, though. It can explain that all the beings are placed somewhere between the two extremes, the side who is tossed about by fate, and the side who creates fate. The ones tossed about by fate are the humans. Fools, helpless, can't create anything. However, they have a ground firmly stepped under their feet, and that ground will never betray them. Thus, they can live their whole existence without the fear of the terror of falling to hell. The ones who create fate are the gods, and the Creator. However, the fact that they create everything and are freed from all restrictions means they don't even have a restriction such as the ground under their feet. Beings that completely lost all restrictions, in exchange for obtaining everything, they lose even the restriction of their own meaning. Even the notion of life and death disappears. Even the meaning of the existing disappears. They reach the limits of zero, or fall, crash, crumble, vanish like mist. I think the ones placed in the middle are us, the witches. We create fate and play with it. We fool around that valley. However, we have to accept some definite restrictions and limits and leave some footing so that we don't fall. The witches who are not afraid of this have far, far less of those restrictions than me. Would she be the one cup of black tea capable of diverting for a moment my boredom in this 1,000 years journey? Or would she be a witch far superior than me, who will shed light over the depths, where cowards like me might never be able to reach and show me an unkind world? Any of the two is fine, if we assume that I am not a traveler aiming for hell, but a disaster victim thrown into the ocean and struggling to not get drowned. To me, this kid would be a splendid block of wood worth of clinging on. Would she become a rescue ship showing me the way to an unknown world? Or would she be no more than a cup of black tea to make my afternoon more elegant for a brief time? I like it. I guess there's no problem. Upon my name, I recognize you as a witch. Upon my name, the name of Lambda Delta, the Witch of Certainty. As long as your absolute magic world continues being absolute, I will continue being your guardian forever. To savor this wonderful black tea alone would really, really be a waste. I have to call a friend too, right? I have to surprise her with a wonderful tea party. New note: Lady Lambda Delta's signature. Umineko Tsubasa. Very boring. Alright, yeah. Aye, aye, Captain. He could be the buffer story. Notes from a certain chef. Goat has been employed as the sole chef in Nakajima. He recounts the ghost stories so they should be imagined. We'll use that as a buffer. If we've got room, we'll fit it in. If it's the end of the story and we're out of time, we'll skip it. The Schrodinger story. Labor Thanksgiving Day gifts. The cousins have brought gifts for their parents to show how grateful they are for their hard work. Regardless of form, each should convey their feelings to the recipient. This could be weird. Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day gifts. Yeah. Can't read the kanji. That's my biggest gripe about Japanese. You can't dismantle the language. You have to memorize shit. Today, November 23rd, is Labor Thanksgiving Day. In Japan, it is a holiday for commemorating labor. But to children, it specifically feels like a day to thank their parents for working hard for their families. In kindergarten and elementary school, in order to show thanks to their parents, many students make gifts during arts and crafts time. Oh. Maria made a Thanksgiving Day present at school. Look, it's this. Oh. Oh, that's a nice envelope. Thanksgiving Day present, huh? I like how straightforward it is. George looks fat in this style. You decorated it very nicely. Which could actually be Hideyoshi genes coursing through them, I guess. Did you make these with origami? The flowers you pasted on are very well made. It really conveys your sincerity. So, what's inside of it? Ooh, look, see? It's a coupon for shoulder massages. It lasts for a month. Whenever Mama wants, Maria will tap her shoulders. The expiration date was in a month. It could be used once a day or for 30 minutes. However, it could only be used before 9 at night. So in a way, it also contained a message for Maria asking her mother to come home early. The envelope and the coupon, which were decorated in a surprisingly diligent and fun-looking manner, were something of a masterpiece. Battler, George, and Jessica were all deeply moved by that sincerity. They were in a coffee shop in a metropolitan area. George had proposed that it would be nice to have fellow cousins together for tea once in a while, so they had all gathered there. Rosa had also been with them for a while, but she had an arrangement to go greet someone from work or something, and she had entrusted Maria to them and left. Then, secretly, Maria had showed everyone her plans to give Rosa a present that day. Today I'll give her the present when we're eating dinner. Oh. I'm sure she'll be delighted. Forgot about those kinds of feelings a long time ago. Jessica embarrassedly scratched her head, averting her eyes. Maria's earnestness was a bit dazzling. The same went for Battler. He could only laugh awkwardly at Maria's pure smile. Nearly everyone is grateful to their parents. However, during the rebellious period, those feelings become distorted. Afterwards, having those kinds of feelings seems almost embarrassing, so nothing changes. Maybe I should go buy some kind of present too. George, Aniki, you brought some luggage with you. Could that be presents for your parents? Yeah, I got Father a new wallet. I'm not sure if it's because of some kind of superstition, but he's been using a really old one for a while. Recently, his change purse has gotten really worn out, and it seems like coins often fall out of it. I thought it was about time he owned a new one. I'm also giving my mother a gift for Thanksgiving Day. This, which I picked up on the way here today, is my present to Mother. What is it? A kitchen knife. Mother's obsessed with kitchen knives, with brand name ones, that is. I'm sure she'll like it. Is it bad that I thought of Eva Beatrice with a kitchen knife first? When seated at the family conference, Eva appeared very shrewd and fault-finding. But at home, she was a good mother who excelled at cooking and gardening. She especially loved creative cooking, and would often invite the women of the neighborhood over for house parties, in which she would proudly announce her newest works and receive praise. It was certainly a fitting gift for that witch of the kitchen. A kitchen knife, huh? That seems pretty high class for a present. How much did it cost? Presents aren't about the cost. I guess that was about 200,000 yen. It's 200,000? Is that a lot? George, as part of his studies of social affairs, worked as an apprentice at Hideyoshi's company. Because he was also learning about how to handle money, he received an amount of money that could pass for a salary. Of course, he properly kept that money in savings, and was taught to be frugal whenever he did have to use it. This was surely the results of what he learned from his parents. What I don't want you to misunderstand is that the price isn't what matters. Between my present and Maria-chan's present, I don't believe one is inferior to the other. What's important is our feelings. Oh, feelings are important. How many chances do you get to show gratitude to your father? Not as many as you'd expect. I think Labor Thanksgiving Day is a wonderful event. Battler and Jessica exchanged glances. Battler had been through a lot with Rudolph, and even now the relationship was still strained. But even then, he still felt a sense of respect for his parent, the old bastard. But he hadn't thought it was something worth conveying enough to say out loud. It was the same with Jessica. Even though she definitely felt gratitude towards her parents, she hadn't thought it was something significant enough to say out loud. To those two, George's words stung a bit. Presents are very simple magic anyone can use. Magic? Yeah. It's sad that feelings of thanks can clearly be seen by the person who has them, but the other person can't see them at all. So, if you give them a form that can be seen, you can express them. It's really simple and wonderful magic. That's true. The cost of the gift doesn't matter. I had a spike there. It's about thinking of what would make that person happy. Going to find it yourself, wrapping it up, and giving it to them with words of thanks. That whole process takes the form of a present, so it can be handed to another person. I think it makes sense to call that magic. It really is magic. When I use this magic, Mom will definitely be happy and smile. And she'll finish her work early, come home every day, and we'll eat dinner together. It's true. It'll really work. Oh. That's for sure. If she gets this massage coupon filled with such sincerity, I'm sure she'll come home in a flash. Okay. I'll get some for Dad, too. And if it works to break tensions between us, maybe I'll be able to ask if I can buy a guitar. You've got some ulterior motive there. Well, that's still way better than not giving him anything at all. That's right. Rather than justly do nothing at all, I think it's better to hypocritically do something. It's fine, even if you think of it as earning favors. Well, even if that's your intention, why don't you try returning favors every once in a while? I think that could develop into something wonderful. Magic to make your family happy. Oh. And should we stop by the department store after this? George laid out the suggestion, and Jessica and Battler exchanged glances. Yeah, something like that might be good once in a while. The two smiled and nodded firmly. There were various stores in the station building. As long as their wallets were up for it, it seemed they could buy anything they wanted to. Battler, what are you going to buy for Uncle Rudolph? For the old man, huh? I'll buy him a necktie to stay on the safe side. It's what I'd like to say, but he's really picky about his necktie preferences. He complains a lot about the neckties he gets, saying the pattern is bad or they're unsophisticated or whatever. People do have different tastes in neckties after all. Still, if it's a present, I'm sure he'd be happy with anything. Rather than something related to fashion, maybe I'd just get some kind of daily necessity. At least that way it'd be useful, and he won't be able to complain. Yeah, I can understand that. I don't really get Dad's taste in clothes at all, so I want to look for something practical. Oh, what's important is feelings. Taste doesn't matter. I felt you'd really love this SpongeBob and Patrick necktie. Totally. Yes, it was exactly as Maria said. Battler and Jessica, while scratching their heads, looked around the various stores on each floor. I'm thinking something like this might be good. Ooh, a padded kimono. Not bad. But I wonder if that'd suit Uncle Kraus. My mom's really strict. Outside of our own room, she demands we all present ourselves inside the mansion as if we were in public. But because of that, our shoulders get really stiff. Sometimes Dad secretly complains about it, though whenever Mom comes by, he instantly shuts up. Uncle Kraus is a cute person, huh? Oh, padded kimonos are great. During the winter, Mama wears a padded kimono and jersey and relaxes while eating mandarin oranges. Oh, that stylish Aunt Rosa does? That'd be a pretty shocking sight. I think padded kimonos are wonderful, because that desire to lazily relax at home is something that can only be shown to your family. That's for sure. This kind of thing is something you should receive from a relative. Which one would look best on Uncle Kraus? Oh, Maria likes this pink one. I don't think Dad would wear that. Maybe there's a more dignified one that Dad wouldn't be ashamed to wear. I don't know. I think a nightgown might be more suitable for Uncle Kraus than a padded kimono. No. I think he would be happy to receive something a little more modest and family-oriented. Besides, there's a special meaning to it because Jessica-chan decided on it herself. I think it's an excellent choice. Well, I guess that's true. With Jessica, you'd imagine her going for a padded kimono over a nightgown. What? What's that supposed to mean, jerk? More importantly, what are you gonna get? I've already decided. Well, tentatively. Battler had already decided what to look for. After buying Jessica's padded kimono, they headed to the place where it would be sold. I don't know anything about this type of stuff. Battler, what are you buying? Electric shaver? Even if he doesn't look it, the old man's got really thick facial hair. He's always complaining about how if he gets lazy, his sideburns will end up growing into a beard like grandfather's. I see. If you give him this, he won't have to worry. But when it comes to consumer electronics, there's a ton of variety, right? A girl like me has got no idea which ones are the most efficient. Well, I believe efficiency is usually proportional to the cost. It's the same for a woman's cosmetics, right? Not at all. Seriously, yeah, no. It's not just about cost, you have to pay attention to the maker and compatibility too. Cheap stuff might not be good for your skin, so it's really tough for both your skin and your wallet. This is usually where I say that a lawnmower would be more than enough to take care of the old bastard's beard. But, well, today is special. Once in a while, I can show some gratitude for his work and buy something serious. As a result of worrying about various things, Battler found a model that's just slightly outdated on display and succeeded in a relatively cheap purchase. With that, Jessica and Battler had been able to obtain gifts of everyday gratitude for their fathers without incident. And two felt a bit shy and smiled, thinking that it might be alright to go shopping like this once in a while. Uh-oh. Teacher, don't tell me that the story is just going to have everyone handing their presents over to their parents in a smiling, happy ending. Yes, that is the case. Are you dissatisfied with something? Don't you think it's a wonderful story about their children thanking their fathers for their everyday work? Oh, Beato, Maria thinks it's interesting. No way, I'm telling you, that's too boring. Right, Ranave? Shouldn't there be some kind of twist? Well, that may be enough for Maria-sama, but our twisted milady deserves a twisted ending. Hey, I'm just seriously trying to make the story interesting for Lady Maria's sake. Virgilia was supposed to be telling a good story. However, Beato, who realized there were no surprises to come in this tale, grew bored and grumbled. Ranave seemed as though he had foreseen that reaction, and chuckled while confirming something with his pocket watch. Incidentally, Beato had grown bored about 1 minute sooner than the time Ranave had wagered upon in his mind. An ending like that, where everyone just smiles and lives happily ever after, doesn't have any punch to it. It's not interesting. All of the theater-going witches who have been watching my game are probably waiting for me to appear and stir things up. Right, Maria? Right, Ranave? Well, I wonder. My lady doing as she wishes will probably yield the best results. Oh, Maria wants to hear Beato's story. Let me hear. That's how it is, teacher. I shall fiddle with this story a bit. You mustn't. This is a beautiful story depicting the children's feelings of gratitude towards their parents on Thanksgiving Day. You mustn't defile it in a strange way. Come on, don't be so uptight. I'm just going to give it a bit of a twist. Honestly, I suppose there's no helping it. Only a bit. But it must still have a happy ending, alright? If it does not end with everyone safely handing over their presents and becoming happy, I will be angry. Understood? I have obtained teacher's permission, and I shall tamper with it, this story, this game board. Don't worry, I won't disturb it too much. I'll just make a pleasant little alteration. A pleasant alteration? What is it? Are you planning to switch the presents with some odd, grotesque object, or something that will teach bad things to children? Who? What's going to teach bad things? I wonder what... Teacher... nighttime tools that would be inappropriate for children. This booklet is for all ages. I've already seen through what you're planning. I wonder what you mean by nighttime tools. No, relax, teacher. Even if you wouldn't think it, I have graduated from such vulgarity. You're still kind of vulgar, Beatrice. I will not do something so boorish. Then, what trick are you planning to pull? A worthless prank. In a fickle accident, the presents the four have prepared will be switched up. There's no problem with that, is there? Certainly, it could still end in a pleasant manner that way. Oh, will the story be interesting? Of course it will. I shall tell the continuation. Listen closely, Maria. There was nothing suspicious about the four cousins' presents. When they reached the wrong people, there would be a bit of confusion, but it wouldn't be anything more than a charming little happening on a holiday. Virgilia checked to confirm that she was not planning to do anything more than that, and when Beato nodded in return, the game board was turned over to her. Maria eagerly badgered her for a continuation. Well then, here's the Thanksgiving Day story, according to the Golden Witch Beatrice. Let the second half begin. That mixed-up presents can be interesting. This is for you, Mother. What I'm rather curious is who's gonna get the electric shaver? That can have some weird implications. This is for you, Mother. Thanks for everything you do for our family. Thank you. I wonder what it is this year. What did you get, dear? I got a wallet. A big one. My, how stylish. What a wonderful wallet. Did you pick it out yourself, George? Yeah. Father's pretty useful, so I thought one made for the younger crowd might be good. It's a Velcro type that's in style right now. Well, I won't lose to my wallet. What did you get, Eva? I'm going to open it now. Looking forward to seeing what it is. Try opening it in the kitchen. I'm sure it'll be interesting. It'll be useful for your cooking. I wonder what it is. I wonder if the hodgepodge is cooked yet. Well then, I'll go quietly open it in the kitchen. At Eva's house that day, the family was having a friendly feast together. And after eating all the delicious food, there was the hodgepodge prepared for them. Eva took her present and went to the kitchen, and while chuckling to herself, she carefully removed the wrapping paper. My apologies, Eva. This is where you're actually supposed to get a high-class kitchen knife. But with that setup, it would end with nothing more than an, thank you. I'll use this knife to work hard on my cooking from now on. So you shall receive Jessica's present. Isn't that nice? What she found inside was the padded kimono Jessica had chosen for Kraus. It was of a cool color, and it looked a bit cheap, but it was perfectly sensible as something to wear at home. How would something so bulky had come from such a small gift box? Well, that issue was made vague with mysterious magic. It just happened that way. This is just perfect for the coming season. Oh my, the color even matches with my mittens. That George, he's got such good taste. That said, Eva put on her mittens, which by coincidence happened to be the same color, and the padded kimono, and returned with a pot of the hodgepodge had been cooked in. Oh, that looks great on you. Just perfect for the coming season. Thank you, George. I'll treasure this as I wear it. It can get chilly in the kitchen, so I'm truly happy you gave it to me. Eva smiled sweetly in response to the wonderful present. Hideyoshi also praised it, saying it looked great on her. However, while George smiled politely, he felt an uncertain sense of guilt. That's definitely the padded kimono Jessica-chan bought. How did this happen? While smiling bitterly, George questioned the heavens. That was $200,000 yen. As a result, naturally, the present Jessica had given to Kraus had become something different. But whose present had been given to Kraus? Because she had been too shy to hand it over to him directly, Jessica had stealthily left the present outside of Kraus's study. In the first place, there had never been a tradition of celebrating Thanksgiving Day in Jessica's home. So, to both Jessica and Kraus, it was a very sudden present. Part of her thought he would be surprised, but when she thought about why she had only gotten him a present this year, the goal of coaxing a guitar out of him had seemed so transparent that she had felt embarrassed. Therefore, she thought it would be just fine to leave it outside of his study. Dad went up to his study a while ago. Wonder if he noticed the present. Jessica was sitting in the parlor watching television, but she wasn't paying much attention to it. She was nervously wondering if he would dashingly come down wearing what she had given him. He might use the interphone line to call me in my room and thank me over the phone. I wouldn't want that. But in that case, maybe I should return to my room and wait for a phone call. What is the matter, Jessica? You're fidgeting about in such an agitated manner. It's nothing. Has Dad already gone up to his study? He went up some time ago, so I believe he will come back soon. Let us enjoy the black tea you brought, Jessica. Natsuhi entered the parlor, pushing the cart with the tea set placed upon it herself. Compared to the servants, who she strictly guided on how to serve tea, Natsuhi's tea was a little bit strong. The tea leaves made it a bit bitter. Even so, Jessica didn't dislike the tea her mother brewed herself. It was the time for the family to enjoy tea together without any outsiders. She certainly didn't mind the servants, but being alone with her family was a bit relaxing. That's when Kraus would come down wearing the padded kimono she had given him as a present. Kraus would awkwardly say, Jessica, thank you. It's unusual for you to give me a present. Then Jessica would say, no, it's no big deal. Sometimes on Thanksgiving Day, I thought it might be nice to show you my gratitude, Dad. Then Natsuya would say, regardless of whether or not it is something appropriate for the next head of the Ushumiya family. When we're alone as a family, a thing like this can be pleasant. And with that kind of atmosphere, it would become a faintly warm tea time. And then, when the mood was good, it would end with, actually, I kind of want to play an instrument. Jessica got ahead of herself and daydreamed about how things might play out. Then the sound of Kraus approaching footsteps could be heard. Sorry, I kept you waiting. Dear, here's the tea Jessica bought. Let us enjoy it. Dad? Did you like the present? Yes, thank you. It was wonderful. Ah, is that so? Why? Did something happen? Yes. I received a Thanksgiving Day present from Jessica. It was quite a heartfelt gift. Kraus wasn't wearing the padded kimono. What? Isn't it obvious that this is where you should read the atmosphere and come in wearing it? I used up my scarce spending money to buy it, and had a brilliant plan to get a guitar out of that padded kimono. Jeez. Jessica grumbled inside her mind. My shoulders are stiff. So what? It's because you don't exercise enough, isn't it? I'd be pleased if you massage my shoulders. Your shoulders are stiff because they're too cold. Wear thicker clothes. I knew it. Like a padded kimono. A padded kimono is merely a coat for commoners. Rather than that, isn't there something more suitable for my shoulders? Huh? What the hell do you mean by suitable? Shut up. Jessica fiercely stormed out of the room. Kraus watched with a vague sense of guilt, wondering where he had erred in this failure to communicate with his daughter. Oh, I see. It was written that must be before 9 p.m. That was careless of me. Tomorrow I will try again. What are you talking about? Is it about the Thanksgiving Day present? Yes. Actually, I received this from Jessica. Oh my. What Kraus showed to her while dejectedly dropping his shoulders was a massage coupon Maria had intended to give Rosa. Jessica's present had come to George's place. Maria's present had come to Jessica's place. All of the presents were being shifted around. George and Jessica were puzzled at how they could have mistaken the presents with their completely different sizes and packaging, but it was magic, so there was nothing that could be done about it. At any rate, they could do nothing but hope that the present they had given would be received positively. The electric shaver Battler had bought was certainly a bit cheap, but it was a fairly big purchase for Battler, considering his spending money. Sly Battler was up front about that with Kiri, and had proposed that they make it a joint gift. He succeeded in getting her to shoulder half of the cost. But, unfortunately, Rudolph had an important meeting scheduled with a foreign guest for the next few days, and was staying overnight at his company. The timing of this present is important. Therefore, Kiri had asked one of the company's secretaries to pass the gift along to Rudolph. Thanks to that, the next night, a present box with a message card from Kiri and Battler was placed on Rudolph's president's seat. Oh, this must be what Kiri told me about over the phone. After returning to the company's president's room late at night, Rudolph found the present box that had been placed on his desk. When he opened the card, he found a short message written in Kiri's methodical handwriting. To Rudolph-san, with our everyday feelings. Kiri and Battler. Oh, that sure hits home. Wonder what it is. I'll value it. When he lifted up the box, he noticed it felt fairly heavy. In the world of men, there's an impression that size equals quality. Rudolph was slightly shocked that he had probably been given an expensive gift. Rather than feeling happy, he imagined they would expect a return gift of the same quality from him. Not to mention he'd need a gift for two people. He shrugged his shoulders and let out a sigh. As he unfastened the ribbon on the gift, the phone on his desk rang. Moshi Moshi, it's me. I got it. Transfer the call. This is a matter of absolute secrecy. Don't pass on any calls or messages for a while. Hello. Yo, honey. I said I'd see you tomorrow, didn't I? I told you not to call me here too much. You idiot. I'm telling you to sleep well tonight. You won't be sleeping much tomorrow night, okay? Rudolph was wearing a lewd grin, or maybe he was just smiling lively at the other person over the phone. This damn man, he's got himself another woman again. You could call it his life's work at this point. He couldn't exist without seeking out beautiful ladies during his business and seducing them. Even while cheating, he didn't forget his responsibility to his family. He wondered if being able to balance those two things was the true way of cheating. And while talking over the phone, he unwrapped the packaging and took out the fairly heavy small wooden box that was inside. Hey, what the hell is this? If you get serious, you lose. It's a relationship we both accept, right? That's right. I like that indifference. I'll come wearing the present you gave me a couple days ago. I'm looking forward to it. Of course. Tomorrow, for one evening, I'll make you forget all about your wife. You're saying some pretty cute things. Well, what's wrong? He opened the small wooden box. There he found a sharp, pointed object that shined a dull silver. It was so sharp that it seemed that just pressing it lightly against his fingertip would cause beads of blood to surface. A kitchen knife? Why would they give me this? As Rudolph broke into a cold sweat, he reread the message on the card. To Rudolph-san, with our everyday feelings. With our everyday feelings. With... Darling, what's wrong? You got all quiet. I'm sorry. Well, you see, actually, some urgent business came up for tomorrow. I'll get in touch with you later. Oh, don't contact me for a while. You see, I'm gonna get killed. It seemed the present George had bought had found its way to Rudolph. No matter what kind of present he received, because of his daily misconducts, he probably would have misinterpreted the message. Well then, in that case, we'll be ending with Maria. What present did Maria hand over to Rosa? President, you've got a call from your daughter. Should I hand it over? Please do. That Maria, I wonder what she wants. I told her not to call me when I'm at work. Hello, Maria? What's wrong? Oh, Mama. Sorry for calling during work. What on earth did she want? Maria sounded like she had a festive reason for calling during work, and didn't seem like she was in an emergency. Rosa raised her eyebrows a bit. Maria, Mom is really busy preparing a presentation right now. I already told you, didn't I? I'm so busy right now that I probably won't be coming home for a while. While watching Rosa's side of the conversation, the designer employees started whispering among themselves. Is the president saying she still won't go home? She's not even busy at all. Once in a while she should be faithful to her daughter and go home. She's got another new boyfriend, right? You know, the chief producer of that design office, Akihito-san. That kind of wimpy guy. But, you know, that guy's got a pretty thick beard, doesn't he? I mean, it's always totally grown out by evening. It's probably all prickly when she tries to go for a kiss. Gross. Be quiet. If you have time to gossip, show me the rough design of the front slit white dress. And don't forget about the purple ribbon on the chest. Covering the receiver with her hand, Rosa yelled with the blood vessel popping up. I'm sorry about that. Mama's just so busy with work. What do you need? Make it quick, okay? Oh. And it's your Mama, who's always working so hard and comes home late. Today, when you come home for lunch, I put a present in your bag. Huh? In my bag? Rosa happened to be near home that day, and had decided to be together with Maria, at least for lunch. Maria had wanted to give the present to her then, but Rosa was in a bad mood, and she kept insisting she had to leave, so she had secretly slipped it into her mother's bag. In truth, Rosa had returned home as a sort of atonement. She was going to be with her new lover for the next few days, so we had intended to return home to fill in that gap of time, and she had impressed upon her daughter that she wouldn't be returning for a few days because she was busy. I'll acknowledge that I'm a terrible mother 100 times over, slighting my daughter and keeping secret relationships like this. But you know, Maria, I may be a mother, but I want to be a woman too. I still want to experience passionate love, alright? I'm not telling you to understand that. When I'm with Akihito-san, I forget all my hardships and remember all the happier times. It may be true that he has a thick beard. It's so thick, I'd like him to shave it 3 times a day. But they also say that guys with thick beards can be the strongest men. Maria, what is this? It's your present from Maria. That thing was, no matter how you looked at it, an electric shaver for men. What is this supposed to mean? Are you giving this to me? I thought it might be the present for Mama right now, right? You're happy, aren't you? Use it. Use it, okay? Making Mama happy is Maria's greatest pleasure. So make sure you use it, alright? Use it, okay? Use it, okay? That present certainly was mysterious. Even though Rosa had insisted she was so busy, she started coming home right on time after that day, and ate dinner with Maria every night. And they lived happily ever after. Oh, Naruto's story is amazing. Maria became happy. Mama came home. See? Wasn't it? I mixed things up, but it all ended happily, right? It is effective. Although twists were added, the story was concluded properly. Ahem. In other words, because they picked out their gifts with sincerity, it didn't matter if different things reached the recipients, is the moral of the story. So the important thing is heart. The way Virgilia evaluated the story as though it made sense, without worrying about how messed up it had become, was a bit uninteresting. She acted satisfied, and although the story had been a bit unbearable, at least it had ended nicely. Right then, Beato suddenly sat upright and conjured a present box out of thin air. Ta-da! Alright, here's my present to you, teacher. I thought that on Thanksgiving Day, perhaps I should give gifts to Ranave and teach her for always looking after me. Well, I certainly never expected you to give out presents. I am both happy and puzzled. I also received one from a lady earlier, although I still have not opened it. Yes, I have already given Ranave his. Open it without worries, teacher. Come on, come on, come on. I see. Beato, I already know how this is going to end. What are you talking about? The presents given to me and Ranave must have been switched. You expect me to be shocked when I receive a gift meant for men? Ending things with a bang is what you're aiming for, is it not? The things you think of are so simple that I can always see right through them. Well, still, even with such a modest prank prepared, Beato's feelings put into the present were the important thing. There was no kind of gift that could be more precious than the feelings of thanks themselves. She had just said that herself. Well, I know what is going to happen. I'm sure I'll find a red loincloth meant for Ranave or some such. What is this? A book? Because there was a book cover on it, she couldn't see what the title was. However, when she opened it, she saw various monochrome illustrations that looked like stained glass art inside. This is a coloring book, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. It's not one for kids, alright? It's a coloring book for adults, featuring masterpieces from all the ages. There are watercolor pencils I purchased attached. Oh my, I'm jealous. I have wanted that for a long while. Ranave smiled. She suddenly felt guilty for suspecting Beato must have had something up her sleeve and keeping up her guard. Regula could do nothing but lower her head in a way that denoted both gratitude and apology. Thank you. Yes, this seems like something you would do. You made me think that the present must be some odd object, and gave me this wonderful gift instead. I was completely fooled by your scenario. You give me too much credit, teacher. I merely gave you Ranave's present by mistake. Thank you, Beato. I'll enjoy working in this coloring book. When she closed the book cover slipped off. There, the book's title was written like this. Fun brain activities. Coloring book for the middle-aged. A way to always stay young. In a rare occurrence, both of Virgilia's eyes opened. A strong, lukewarm breeze blew through, and thunderclouds rolled into the sky of the Golden Land. Teacher, don't get me wrong, okay? That was what I intended to give to Ranave. It's not like I really gave it to you. Teacher, didn't you say it yourself? Even if the presents are switched, as long as the gifts are picked out with sincerity, the feelings will still be passed on. By the way, Ranave, what did you receive? Well, I wonder. Oh my, if it isn't those hyaluronic acid drinks that are so popular right now. I am most grateful. Lately, my knees have been aching when I go up and down the stairs. Beatrice. What is it, teacher? Come, come, try to remember. My respect for the elderly? In what way were you killed? In what way were you killed? Come forth, giant soldiers, battle line up. Bits of steel, bury her into the ground. Divine spear, drill her into nothing, tear her apart and reduce her to ashes. Come forth, Chester Imperial Guard Corps, sue this rude discipline and nothing with your 100 golden arrows. Looky. Bring it on. I'll just kill you first. Hurry up. And things ended with a bang. Or two, or three. Umineko no Nakakoro ni Tsubasa. Deciding to piss off a great witch, huh? And so things went. Chef, thanks even gifts. Alright. The Seven Sisters Valentine. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory are excited for Valentine's Day. Who will each choose to give chocolate to? Well, this can only end in horribleness. The Seven Sisters Valentine. Oh god. This is gonna be horrible. I just know it. Tradition demands that the kitchens of demons must have a cauldron, one larger than the average household bath, since it's meant for stewing human meat, naturally. Is that a deadly dish in the making, or an ill-tasting torture? A bowl floated upon the hot water that filled the cauldron, a variety of minced, tasty-looking chocolates within. A spotlight illuminated the scene, and Ranave entered the stage wearing a chef's hat. Big old white chef's hat. Maybe it's black in his case. Now then, Mrs. and Madams in front of the television, how is this? Once the chocolate is heated and melted throughout, pour it into a bowl of cold water we've prepared beforehand. Then stir, stir, stir. If you don't take care, the edges will solidify. Let us stir so as not to let those men's molten hearts cool down. The host of this year's Valentine's Day chocolate special seemed to be truly enjoying himself. Since the tempering is complete, let us continue by squeezing the chocolate into bite-sized circles. Look, isn't that just perfect? It is like a chocolate cookie, if I do say so myself. With a practiced movement and elegant overaction, Ranave punctuated his words with the creation of a succession of chocolate medals. Next, ladies, please show me your originality by decorating it in your own taste. I shall merely suggest nuts as a basis. Almond, pistachio, cashew nut. Walnuts and tea leaves are wonderful as well. The demon's special recipe calls for it to be decorated with the seed of a devil's trumpet and the blossom of an angel's trumpet. When he eats it, perhaps you'll mysteriously find out the name of the girl he likes. A Valentine is a celebration of a maiden's dreams. Ranove sincerely wishes that you shall remember this wonderful and precious day for a lifetime. The seed of Devil's Trumpet and blossoms of Angel's Trumpet are poisonous to humans. Don't eat them. Author's note. Of course, because humans will be eating the chocolate this time, let us not use any poisonous plants. Once you cool this in the refrigerator, it is complete. Now please, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. The kitchen fairies clapped and cheered in admiration of Ranove. They returned their praise with a graceful bow, and with that, the Valentine's Day chocolate special came to its conclusion. Ranove placed the chocolate in a beautiful decoration box, suitable for presentation to his mistress, Beatrice. It would be best if my lady were to handcraft her own Valentine's chocolate, but there are also times when this shoddy chocolate of mine can grab hold of a gentleman's heart. Apart from Beato's share, there was still plenty of chocolate left. Ranove brought his hands together, and the sound of his clapping echoed throughout the kitchen. You may come out now. Thank you kindly for keeping yourselves invisible while I was cooking. As a token of my appreciation, why don't I share this with all of you? Yeah. Oh, Ranove-sama, you're so kind. Beelzebub was the first to appear, with a da-boom from behind the cauldron. Once one of them appears, it's no use for the other sisters to stay hidden. From within the refrigerator and within the pots here and there and other such places, hands and feet began to emerge, and the 7 sisters appeared in sequence. We apologize, Ranove-sama. Our act of spying on you was... Think nothing of it. After all, the 7 of you are maidens. It is only proper that your heart should beat swiftly on Valentine's Day. Of course, it would be a matter of interest to all of you. Ranove-sama, can I eat it? I want to eat. Jeez, can't you act like an adult a little, Beels? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Satan scolded the excited Beelzebub. The 7 sisters of Purgatory were lively as usual today. Not so hasty, everyone. I said that I would share the chocolate with you, but I did not say a word about allowing you to eat it. But chocolate we can't eat. That's too much. It's torture. When the need arises to punish Beelzebub, let us use this method from now on. Do not be disappointed, everyone. This is Valentine's Day chocolate, is it not? It is chocolate for that wonderful day when a woman gives chocolate to a man. I get it. So, we should hand this chocolate over to a man? You are mistaken, Lucifer. It is not handing over. It is giving a present to the man who is foremost in each of your hearts. Is it not the long-awaited Valentine's Day? This world is but a twisted place in which you exist to kill or be killed. Is this not a precious behind-the-scenes interlude? Please, allow yourself to enjoy the bittersweet feelings of a young maiden's heart. This is the gift that I wish to share with you. Chatter, chatter. The 7 sisters were surprised by this unexpected development. So instead of gouging the opposite sex with their steaks, it's better to give them chocolate? Yeah, awesome. I can't do those screams. Thank you so much, Ranove-sama. I wonder who I'll give my chocolate to. Since the affairs of love and lust are Asmodeus' #1 interest, her cheeks flushed red and she continued to shout, Kya, kya. My. It seems Asmo is the most enthusiastic. Let us congratulate her. Now, all of you, one by one. If there's nobody of the opposite sex who interests you, the same sex is fine. Anyway, definitely give it to somebody. If you don't. If we don't? Lucifer asked fearfully. But Ranove did not answer. He merely smiled with a grin. On occasions like this, Ranove can be quite terrifying. If you complain too much, you might get scolded. When he smiles, you had better play along. And so, the 7 sisters' Valentines became somewhat of a duty. Well, you heard what he said. I trust each member of the stake shall carry out their duties splendidly. Now, let us be off. Yes, Onei-sama. When Lucifer ordered the deployment, the 7 sisters popped out all at once and dashed out of the kitchen as if flying. the pots and pans clattering behind them. Now then, to whom did the 7 sisters of Purgatory give their chocolate to, respectively? It is quite an ordinary thing for them to gouge with a stake. This dangerous task is their exclusive specialty. But giving chocolate is something they have no experience with. Even if they are ordered to give it to somebody, it isn't such a simple matter. However, it seems Asmo, whose head usually full of romantic thoughts, has already made her decision long ago. But have you decided who to give it to? Tell us. Of course I have. The Prince of the White Horse who appeared in episode 4. Amakusa, Juzu-sama for sure. Ah, Amakusa. I get it, so that's who you had in mind. You must be kidding me, One-samas. Of course I checked out all the new male characters. Isn't Juzu-sama wonderful? He's stoic and a little wild, but not coarse, and he's got a great bod too. He's definitely my type. As soon as she said that, Asmo transmogrified into a steak and flew off. Giving chocolate in that kind of mood seemed worrisome, so the other sisters followed her. They flew away with a loud clatter. Poor man. Amakusa-sama, this is Valentine's chocolate. Please accept it. A standard strategy. No, it was a totally frontal attack. That courage. Isn't she the least bit flustered by giving chocolate thing? I heard that men fall to their first taker. I suppose the hiding behind a tree strategy isn't popular nowadays. Shouldn't she be a little more self-conscious? Ah, geez, she was totally upfront about it. She's such a kid. The elder sisters quietly muttered about her from the shadows. Amakusa was not embarrassed, and received the chocolate with a smile. The impression his gesture gave that he's quite used to this sort of thing is disgusting to a man's heart, but it's suave rather than suspicious from a woman's perspective. Thanks, cute lady. Is it handmade? Yep, that's right. I made it just for Amakusa-sama. That girl, she lied so shamelessly? It's impossible for Amakusa to tell whether she really made it by hand. It's a devil's proof. But that Asmo, it's like she's done this before. She must have practiced until it's second nature to her. What the hell are we doing? Have we been outdone by our youngest sister? Aren't you all ashamed? As expected of Asmodeus of Lust. Yeah. She had perfectly cleared the gall game, though through a shortcut. Happily sitting side by side with him and unwrapping the packaging, she treated Amakusa to Ranave's specially made chocolate. Here, Amakusa-sama. Come on. In but an instant, she had constructed a world of intimate mutual love. Truly frightening, Asmodeus of Lust. She's really something. This is the first time Asmo's made me shiver like that. That really looks tasty. Why do I have to give it away? I want to eat it myself. As usual, Beelzebub of Gluttony grumbled about having to give the chocolate away. However, Amakusa's next words caused her ears to perk like a cat's. Mighty fine taste, young lady, but I won't lose to you when I return the favor on White Day. Oh, really, Amakusa-sama? Yeah, I can't wait. Asmo leapt to her feet with delight at the promise, and in the shadows, Beelzebub also leapt to her feet with delight for a slightly different reason. I get it. If I give chocolate as a present on White Day, I'll get 3 times as much back. It's like rags to riches. If I'm patient now, I'll get a lot more back on White Day. Beelz, you're no fool. You can definitely endure this for a month. Beelz considered between Valentine's Day and White Day, calculating whether she can endure the sacrifice of chocolate for the profit it will bring her later. The moment she figured that out, she took action. In short, from whom does she want to return gift on White Day? Bet I know who. The partner to give her chocolate to was very easy to imagine. In other words, it was someone who would make the most delicious return gift on White Day. Go down. Yep. For me? Oh yes, Goda-sama. I thought of you and made the best chocolate. Please eat it. She gave it to Goda, as expected. What a self-interested girl, grumbled the other sisters. Unlike Amakusa, Goda did not seem to have much experience with receiving Valentine's chocolates. He seemed to be rather bewildered. At this age, I never imagined I'd get such delicious-looking chocolate from such a young girl. It's quite awkward. Come on, eat it, eat it. Then on my day, please give me 3 times as much back. No. Goda ate the chocolate in a single gulp, his face completely red. However, his cheeks returned to normal in an instant. Was it not delicious? Did it go down the wrong way? Young lady, did I hear you say that you made this chocolate by hand? That's right. I made it. As Biel shamelessly lied, Goda stood up straight. There was nothing uncertain about his expression. You have my thanks, young lady. It's been a long time since such a taste has awoken this Goda from mediocrity. The skill. This is a challenge, young lady. Such splendid chocolate from such a young girl. 1 month remains until White Day. I must depart for Belgium for training immediately. This Goda shall not be defeated by such a taste. Bales was rather taken aback by the outburst, but in any case, the next White Day would no doubt be a boisterous occasion. Belgium, huh? I get it now. Well, the basic idea anyway. Since there's no avoiding it, I'll be giving my chocolate away as well. Eh? What? Mammon? Who are you giving it to? Without answering, Mammon became a stake, and flew away with a clatter. Oh, it's chocolate. It's not just for you. Split it with Angie-sama. Huh? Where's Angie-sama? There you. She said she wanted to give chocolate to Battler and Amakusa, so she went shopping in Ginza. Ah, so Angie-sama would rather use her money than make it herself? Well, she should be coming back before long. I'm sure Angie won't expect to get her own share of chocolate. Let's surprise her. That's a nice idea. Afterwards, why don't we invite Lady Maria too? There's no rule against girls eating chocolate on Valentine's. Are you? I want to eat it. Mammon's chocolate. I want to eat it. Are you? Why not have your piece now? I'll have it now. That's for what I'd like to eat. Sakataro, I can't send anywhere. I'm gonna eat you. There you go. Stop it, Mammon. Squeeze. No. Hey, ears. Can I nibble on them? Don't. Are you? So, Sakataro, huh? That Mammon, she's pretty clever. A heartwarming story might come out of this, but she's just nonchalantly hogging him. Sakataro belongs to all of us. Who's next? It feels like we're going from youngest to oldest. In that case, I'll go next. Belfa, what? You have someone in mind? There's no man who is foremost in my heart, so to speak, but I do have a connection to a human. Ah, I get it. The next to fly away was Belphegor. As for the human connection with her, it was Rudolph without a doubt. She fought him one-on-one in episode 3. Such an old-fashioned duel must be a rather unforgettable memory to her. I don't know whether it's proper to give chocolate to a married man, but please accept this as acknowledgement of a worthy opponent. Aye, I didn't expect to get chocolate from a young lady. Thanks. By the way, were you alright after that? Well, that sort of thing's usual for me. You're too honest for a she-devil. I've seen many women like you who take up troubles they don't need to. Looks like a hardship, so that's the reason I worried. There's nothing to be concerned about. I'm an exemplary furniture, so I did my duty. Normally, no one worries about Belfa. So, when Rudolph was open-minded enough to be concerned about her, she was bewildered. Not so honest anymore, are you? That side of you is pretty cute. What are you saying? I wasn't honest about that. Hey, you're getting close. I mean, you stink of tobacco. Turn your ear this way. I'll whisper it to you. This way? Very well. Belfa just tilted her head unsuspectingly, since she was asked. Rudolph's mouth came close, and... Just stop that. Lucineth, this isn't something we should be watching. That bastard, he's got a wife and he's still putting the moves on her. Huh? Where's Leviane? At that time, Leviathan had gone to see her former enemy. Indeed, if Belphegor gave her chocolate to Rudolph, there's nothing strange about her giving hers to Kiri. I didn't expect I'd be the one getting chocolate, Kiri thought with a wry smile. Rather not get chocolate from a girl, but thank you. I appreciate it. I, who rule envy, was defeated by your envy. For the time being, I acknowledge your superiority. I don't really want to be acknowledged for such a thing. Really, Kiri? Really? You don't want to be acknowledged for your envy? Really? My, how wonderful. Did you make this yourself? It's delicious. It certainly is. Rudolph also said it was delicious when Belphie gave it to him just now. What? What did you say? A semblance of a smile appeared on Kiri's face as she asked again, the temperature rapidly dropping to absolute zero. Leviah was eager to fill her in on the details. The two of them sat down next to each other, the chocolate was handed over, and their shoulders drew near. Hey, is that alright, him fooling around like that? Eh? That's not it. This is quite ordinary for Rudolph-san. It's not fooling around. 24 times 365 times 200, big number. Yeah, just as expected from my mentor in jealousy. More, more, more. Show me more of that charming envy of yours. With a smile, icy enough to send liquid nitrogen drifting through the air, Kiri walked away. Shouting kias of encouragement, Leviah followed after her. It was an occasion of giving chocolate most suited for Leviathan of Envy. After that, the only two remaining were Lucifer and Satan, the two of the seven sisters, well known for being obstinate. It was Satan's turn next. Although she hadn't decided who to give her chocolate to, Belpha and the others had given her an idea. She decided to hand her chocolate to the one she had fought as well. That's not necessary. Giving the chocolate a single, suspicious glance, Cannon replied that, since the other sisters' chocolates had been accepted casually and praised, and only hers was rejected, Satan was most upset by this. Why didn't you just accept it meekly? It's not like I'm giving you anything weird. It's normal chocolate, so just take it. There is no reason for me to accept such a thing from you. It's Valentine's Day, idiot. Isn't that good enough? Just accept it. Do you like playing with girls' hearts? You milksop. What is this? Did you come here just to make a fool of me? Pathetic name-calling is especially deplorable to Cannon. He had finally reached his boiling point. Get lost. I refuse to accept anything from you. What are you so angry about? I'm giving you chocolate and you tell me to get lost. Just take it. I don't like doing this either, you know? Satan could no longer conceal her bewilderment that all her younger sisters had succeeded, yet she could not. Gritting her teeth and wishing for nothing more than to run away, she shoved the chocolate at Cannon. Cannon was also bewildered by how the chocolate was being forced upon him. Suddenly, Jessica's cheerful voice spoke up from somewhere. Cannon-kun, are you here? If you aren't busy... Eh? Huh? It's you. You're one of those 7. Jessica dropped the elegantly wrapped box she had brought to give Cannon, and thrust her hands into her pockets. They came out in attack mode, a brass knuckle twinkling upon each hand. Why am I the only one with no luck? All my younger sisters didn't have any trouble. Don't you dare touch Cannon-kun. Go away, you witch's furniture. By yourself, you don't stand a chance against me and Cannon-kun. You don't get so cocky because you powered up in episode 4 all of a sudden. Get lost. If it's just you, I wouldn't hesitate even by myself. Why? Why did this happen? Didn't I just come to give you chocolate? Isn't it Valentine's Day? Why won't you even look at me? Why am I the only one with no luck? Everyone else had an easy time of it. Why not me?
Why? I don't get it. What I don't get is you. Your chocolate's probably poisoned or something. As if Kennan-kun would ever eat something like that. I'm begging you to just accept this. If I don't hand this over to somebody, it's curtains for me. So mock me as much as you want. But I'll remember this, you shameless fools, and will definitely kill you next time. Satan hurled the box at Cannon, her red-hot face twisted with vexation, and burst into a swarm of golden butterflies. What's with her? Don't come again. Urgh. Jessica growled at the space where Satan had disappeared, while Cannon continued to be perplexed. The box Satan had hurled lay at Cannon's feet. As he wondered whether he should pick it up, Jessica grabbed it immediately. You definitely can't eat that demon's chocolate. I decided the moment I came. I'm getting rid of this personally. I can do it myself. No, I'll handle it. I won't let this box violate Cannon-kun. With her conviction written on her face, Jessica snatched away the box. Cannon didn't understand why Jessica was so determined to take that demon's chocolate. Anyway, what did she come here for? She's a demon. She definitely came to work some magic on you. Besides that, this is for you. Why had Satan's chocolate provoked such a commotion? Without having made head nor tail of the situation, Cannon had been dragged into the chocolate commotion by Jessica. Satan One-sama, how shameful. She couldn't even give a lousy piece of chocolate. How pitiful. The sisters teased Satan mercilessly. It's their unwritten law to mock whichever sister fails in their task. Oh, so it is written. As they showed off, Lucifer suddenly became anxious. Although Lucifer likes to throw her weight around as the eldest sister, in reality, she's the least competent of them. Since Satan hadn't succeeded, she suddenly became frightened that she might not as well. What do I do? What do I do? Marvell will get mad at me if I don't give my chocolate to somebody, and my sisters will never let me hear the end of it. I wonder what I should do. There's no man who would take it without a fuss. George, perhaps? He's a nice guy. He ought to accept it casually. But Shannon would surely get in the way. That girl can be really stubborn. Should I get rid of it and pretend I've given it to someone? Yeah, that's probably best. While they're busy tormenting Satan, I'll secretly dispose of this. We know what you're thinking, Lucine. Satan tormenting time had already come to an end, and Satan had guessed that Lucifer would try to run off on her own in the midst of the chaos. She always bosses around, then disappears when it's time to do her part. Come on, y'all. Don't let Lucine escape. Yes, One-sama. On Satan's orders, the younger sister surrounded Lucifer, who collapsed to her knees in fright. So, Lucifer One-sama, who are you going to give your chocolate to, I wonder? Surely the eldest of us has appropriately graceful and wonderful Valentine, oozing with love to show us. This is bad. I'm trapped. What do I do? I don't have anyone to give it to. What do I do? What do I do? Lucifer turned pale. It was plain as day on her face that she wanted nothing more than to run away. Who? The younger sisters jeered at her. Trembling, their eldest sister looked down in despair. Oh, if it isn't those ass Nasons. Getting along with each other the same as ever, ain't you? But Ushirmi battler? Yes, of course, and we 7 sisters of Purgatory are all good friends. Isn't that right, everyone? Yes, we're all good friends. Hurriedly, Lucifer wiped away the tears that had appeared in her eyes. What's the box? Ah, I get it. It's a Valentine. You thought her normal after all. For cold-blooded killers, you're pretty cute. Battler noticed the box of chocolate which Lucifer was holding, and grinned. This is a golden opportunity. Battler's in a good mood, so he might unexpectedly accept. Issue me a Battler. What's up, asked Nachon? Not asked Nachon. My name is Lucifer. Oh, sorry. Well, Lucifer Chama, how can I help you? Here. With a red face, her arms trembling, Lucifer thrust the box of chocolate at Battler. Battler, intensive as he often was, quickly grasped the situation. Huh? This is for me? But please accept it. With the utmost seriousness, Lucifer pushed the chocolate at him. She was frantic not to be teased by her younger sisters, should she fail. The younger sisters watched with malicious smirks, but in silence they seemed to support the courage of their sister. Battler winked with a smile that was his family heirloom. Eh? Thanks. Just for today, I'll make peace with you. You have my gratitude. Oh, the younger sister's voice rose in a cheer. Only Satan clicked her tongue with it. As for Lucifer, Battler was no less than her messiah, and she even witnessed a sparkling halo above his head. This is great. Did you make it? Well, yeah, damn tasty. Thanks, Lucifer. You've got a knack for this. When you stop being a cold-blooded killer, ever thought about becoming a housewife? That's an inexcusable insult to furniture such as us. Kidding. Well, thanks for the food. I'll return the favor on White Day. See you again. Realizing that any more compliments were likely to spoil the mood, Battler took his leave with those pretentious words. Did you see that? Just ask your eldest sister, Lucifer, and Valentine's chocolate is a cinch. I'll be treated to human hospitality on White Day. Sounds fun. I guess it's not so easy to take Lucy Nade down a notch. She really lucked out, Battler appearing conveniently like that. Luck is also a skill. Wonderful, truly wonderful. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory have completed their task. Runavi-sama will certainly praise us. Everyone except that clumsy Satan, right? No, I have a plan for that too. I'll just tell him I did it in spirit. Yeah, Satan's technique is pretty advanced. She's the queen of Sundari. Except without the dairy. Splendid. We 7 Sisters of Purgatory. Come, let us report our success to Runavi-sama. Yes, One-sama. Thanks to Runavi's chocolate, the 7 sisters were able to pass this one day pleasantly. The 7 sisters reported the details to Runavi in the kitchen. How wonderful. You must have had an entertaining day. All of you may retire. Congratulations on your success. Thank you very much. Please excuse us. Excuse us, Runavi-sama. In truth, even before receiving the report, Runavi had known everything. For him, rather than the sweetness of the chocolate, the variety that the chocolate had given to their day was far sweeter. Such a bittersweet day comes only once a year. Such a story might be pleasant once in a while. Sharing that chocolate was truly a worthwhile endeavor. Have I forgotten somebody? Ah, but of course. The starring role is none other than the Mistress Beatrice. Please, put her on camera. Runavi snapped his finger and the stage turned dark. With the present box in hand, Beato searched around restlessly for Battler. Ah, there he is. Battler, I found you. Happy Valentine's. So even you celebrate Valentine's, Beato? After finally finding Battler, Beato was in a completely good mood. The present box in her hand was decorated very luxuriously. That chocolate ain't for me, is it? No, the honor and the glory of being presented Valentine's chocolate by me. Accept it upon your knees. As if it's a matter of celebration receiving a Valentine's from you. You're a witch. It's probably got some strange poison in it. How rude. You may think that, but I am a witch who can read the atmosphere. I am not one to rely on heresy, such as poisons. It's not particularly reassuring. Well, I'll accept your feelings. Not sure whether I'll eat it. Eat up, eat up. I made it from the bottom of my heart. Beato also shamelessly lied about the chocolate Runavi had made. I see. If it's handmade, I guess there's nothing strange about it. Well, then allow me to bear witness to the cooking ability of the Golden Witch. I just realized the thing. Handmade by Beato, although he doubted that, as a man, he couldn't cause a woman's hardship by refusing her chocolate. Battler decided to let Beato save face. Now, open the box and behold. Well, huh? This is... How's that? A delicious looking chocolate. Handmade by me? Battler stared. It was exactly the same as the chocolate he'd received from Lucifer just a few moments ago. Hadn't that chocolate been handmade by Lucifer? Hey, just a minute, Beato. Did you really make this? Yep, I did. I made it with my heart full of my feelings for you. Repeat it in red. This chocolate was handmade by Beatrice. What? Just as I thought. I knew you wouldn't be able to say such a thing carelessly. You got this from Lucifer, didn't you? Lucifer? Why Lucifer? That chocolate of Lucifer was certainly delicious. She may be a cold-blooded killer, but the chocolate she makes is delicious. If she became a little more graceful, she'd make a great wife. I was touched by her feelings and intend to return them on White Day. But what the hell are you? A person who lies about making their own chocolate. I don't need chocolate from a liar like you. No, that's not it, Battler. But Battler had swiftly taken his leave. Sobbing noisily behind him, Beato had no idea how her lie had been exposed. But she did know one thing. Lucifer had been connected to it in some way. Lucifer, furniture of mine. You ruined everything. Because of you, I was caught in a lie about having made Ronave's chocolate myself. Chastisement, punishment, torture. Herself, who shamelessly tell lies, could say such words as well. And thus the sun sets on the Valentine's Day of the lying witch. And on White Day, when Lucifer received her return gift from Battler, she unexpectedly thought to herself that Valentines aren't that bad. The end. Oh, that's ominous as hell. Umineko Tsubasa. Well, that was not the outcome I was thinking of. I was thinking that Ronave had the poisonous angel flower, devil's flower, whatever, what have you, in his batch, and he had all the sisters given his chocolate and made them give it to humans or some such. Anyway, that was chapter 9, and we'll pick up the other ones next time. Anyway, thanks for hanging around and for a ridiculous amount of silliness and present swapping. That was a clever one. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one. I'm probably gonna go